Hi, my name's Elle and I am learning to be a seamstress. Hi guys! So I thought I would just give a little breakdown of all the outfits that I made for my birthday. My birthday was on Friday, it is Sunday today, so I'm like kind of on a 2-day hangover. So not feeling 100%, but obviously very self-inflicted and alcohol related. But I made 3 outfits for my birthday. I know that seems excessive. It definitely was excessive and was a bit stressful as well. But it wasn't just like for my birthday. Like I had other plans for these outfits. I just kind of was like, a couple of weeks ago I was like, oh, I'm going to make them in time that I can wear them on my various like birthday outings. So the first thing I made is also my entry for So Yellow for Endo, hosted by Jess from Saltwater Slip. So I revealed that yesterday and I wore it out for dinner with my dad and his partner and my boyfriend on Thursday night. We went out for cocktails and Mexican food in Soho in London. So I made, and luckily it was like bloody 18 degrees or something. So I made another slip dress. So I made the Saltwater Slip dress from Friday Pattern Company. So I'm going to talk about this dress just here. The fabric is this absolutely gorgeous viscose challis, I think, from the rag shop. And actually I won it in last year's So Yellow for Endo challenge, which was crazy because I haven't sewn it in a year, and then obviously I've sewn it for this year's challenge, which is cool. It's such a soft fabric. The pattern, I don't know if you can see it here, but I'll try and zoom in a bit. It is this like outline sketch of a woman's body and some palm leaves. So it's got that definite like summery feeling. And I just love the colour. I felt like a ray of sunshine wearing it. And yeah, so I didn't make any modifications to the pattern. Usually I make all my dresses 1 or 2 inches shorter because I'm 5'2", but I actually didn't with this slip dress. It is quite long. I mean, maybe it's supposed to end a bit shorter, but I was actually really happy with the length, so I kept the length as normal. I found this actually a lot easier to sew than the first saltwater slip I made, which I made in the satin, because the satin just like didn't really press very well, was really hard to cut, kept moving around, whereas the viscose, I mean, it's still a little bit slippery, but it did take a press well. I made sure I took my time when I was cutting and pressing all of like the binding pieces for the straps and the tie waist and the neck binding. So I kind of did all of that. I did that first, so all the straps and stuff, because I had to wait for the like bra loop thing to arrive. I had to buy that from Etsy, you know, like the loop and the bra strap, why do I not know what it's called? Ring and loop? I don't know what. Anyway, the bit that makes it bigger and smaller. So I had to wait for that. So I thought I would just do some batch bits first that didn't involve any sewing. So that's why I did all of the like pressing. That's such a boring fact. Anyway, I'm really happy with the dress. I think it's going to be a summer staple of mine, and it looked glorious in the sunshine in Soho. The next outfit I made is a dress that I'm going to be wearing for an event I'm going to in a couple of weeks. So that was why I made it. And it is gorgeous William Morris fabric that was gifted to me from Craft Cotton Company. And I obviously made my classic combo of an indigo dress with Anthea sleeves. But I didn't have a lot of fabric, so I didn't make so usually on the Anthea sleeve, I'll make the cuff. But obviously I know you have to cut the cuff on the bias, and I just didn't really want to waste that much fabric by getting a huge chunk out the middle of it on the bias. So instead I put in elastic because Hazel told me to do that, and I'm actually not a big fan because I find it quite uncomfortable. I much prefer having the puff sleeve with that slightly looser fit around the bottom and the nice like bias binding that it's holding it all in place. With this, I made a hem channel and fed the elastic through, and it just feels a little bit rough on my skin. Maybe I made the elastic a bit too tight, but I'm happy with the shape. I just don't like how it feels. So I might actually end up taking that out and like changing it. But the dress itself, I do love, I mean, when am I not going to love an indigo dress that I make? It's a tried and tested pattern for me, so I know what I'm doing with it. I know the size really works for me. I love that there's no fastenings, like no buttons, no zips, like such a joy to sew. I made it super quick, I think in like one evening. I swear, I don't know why I keep doing that with my lip. It just feels really weird. The fabric screams Christmas to me, which I don't know why that is. Maybe the colours and like, I don't know. Yeah, it just seems a little bit Christmassy, but I am still wearing it like spring and summer, and I think it's a cute dress. It is a shame about the elastic. I really don't, once I've made something and wore it out, it's like, oh, I don't really want to take it back to the sewing machine. I don't know if that's just like a mental block that I have. But I think I need to make it more wearable for me. And if that means that I have to change the sleeves somehow, then I will do that. My final outfit was like my big birthday. Oh yeah, so I wore that one to brunch with my boyfriend in the morning on my actual birthday. And then I got changed into my final outfit for the evening because I was meeting up with my friends, and we went to Rowan's, which is like a bowling alley, arcade, nightclub, dance floor, best night out ever in Finsbury Park. And I was determined. I had this idea to make a velvet suit, and I was determined to do it. The fabric I got from Fabric Zone. I'm an ambassador for them, and so they gifted it to me. It is a like amber stretch velvet with this like scale pattern on it. It's really interesting. I've never seen fabric like it before, and I kind of didn't really know where to start. I knew with the trousers that I wanted to do high-waisted tight trousers with a bit of flare at the bottom. And so that's why I wanted the stretch fabric, because it was definitely like a jersey style pattern. And then I realized I didn't have a pattern and I didn't want to buy a pattern, so I self-drafted it. So I basically just traced around some leggings that I already had, but added a bit more on the edges, like so made the seam allowance like really big, because I didn't want them to be like super tight like gym leggings that it's gonna be like clinging to me. And I made it in a toile first, then just like a plain black jersey I had. I didn't quite think the flare was big enough, so I made the flare bigger at the bottom, and then I was happy with it. So then I cut out my fabric. Now, when I put them on, I realized I still don't think the flare is big enough. I think it doesn't really look like a flare. I thought I'd fixed it in my toile, but clearly I hadn't with this change of fabric. I think maybe they should have flared out much more from the knee. I did feel a little bit self-conscious. I just thought that my thighs, I don't know, I have a thing about my legs anyway, and I just thought, like, obviously I know the fabric is very unforgiving. I know stretch velvet is extremely unforgiving. But I thought that proportionally, if I'd made that flare at the bottom, maybe it would have like had a nicer flow to it. I don't know. Who knows with hindsight? But I did keep them as they were, and in the end, I was really happy with them. Considering I self-drafted it as well, like I am happy with the fit, and I think I did an okay job. With the blazer, I didn't have a stretch blazer pattern. I don't know if they exist, but I did have like a basic unlined blazer pattern that I'd gotten free with a magazine at some point over the last year. And I sized down, obviously, because I'm using stretch fabric. And I like the jacket. I don't love the jacket, which is such a shame. It's the lapel for me. Like, it's not a structured lapel. It's basically just one bit of fabric, and then you turn it, like you fold it. You don't sew the fold down, you just fold it. And obviously when it's in woven fabric, once you fold it and iron it, it's going to stay in place. Obviously my stretch velvet is not going to do that. So I had to fold it and then like hem. I had to like put some like little tack basting stitches around, which did hold it in place, but it wasn't like a nice crisp finish that you'd expect from a blazer. So I probably should have chosen a different kind of collar, or no collar, or just something that would have worked for that fabric, but I didn't have time to toile it. So that's my fault. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to wear it again. Like, I will wear it. It's just that it's not the most favorite thing I've ever made. But pairing it with the trousers, once I put it all together, I felt amazing. On its own, I know that there's bits wrong with it. But with the whole outfit put together, like, I was really happy. And the black top I'm wearing is just like a shop bought top that I had from years ago. And I thought it gave it that really nice, like, rock glam edge to it. And yeah, and I got my hair cut as well before, so I felt really fabulous. And yeah, I had a fantastic time. I danced. The trousers were great for bowling because they were super stretchy and I could bend and it wasn't like really constraining. So yeah, it was a joyous evening and a lovely few days. Thank you everyone who messaged me as well. That was so lovely on Instagram. And yeah, I hope you like them, and I thought I just wanted to show them to you. So thank you so much. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Please do subscribe and follow my Instagram at Elle and the Stitches and my podcast at the.tipsysewists. Thank you. Bye-bye.